What?
It violates policy. My shirt that I just showed everyone violates policy. Conspiracy time. That's the nicest thing you fucking people have said to us is that we're weird. But while he had my head, one of the earrings ripped out. That some people who are pro-life, or I'd say even pro-abortion, okay, or for choice, there's a lot of those. How do you tell someone that is actually talking about suicide? Can you hold that thought for 90 days? It doesn't end well unless it ends. They never believe me. I would never drop the ball. I know I'm just report the fucking obvious.
I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That mean you really playing with your life. I'm about to come.
Just a motherfucking jump. Just go. All right. Welcome back. This is the Outlaw Apostle Show. I am your host, Troy Neff, and this is episode 23. And I remember, like, I was literally just excited yesterday, it feels like, about hitting episode number 21 to put us in the bottom of the top 1% of all podcasters. And so super excited to be here and to continue to do this and to continue to see it grow. And, got my first interview done. I'm working on another couple of interviews that we'll be doing in the next month or so. Nice. So we're going to be interspersing those kind of shows. And, of course, that sound you heard was Chase. Chase, what's going on, man?
Hello.
It's so funny going back to the first episode, our whole discussion about Chase and Leo. And we just go with Chase because
it works.
It works.
I like
it works.
It works, and I like it.
Well, how can you not? It's a good nickname.
No, I agree.
It's a good nickname for sure. So I knew when this happened the other day on Sunday, I was like, well, this is going to be talked about during the show.
I'm excited. I've
There's
been waiting
always
to see.
something with me. Always something. I can't fucking go anywhere without something happening,
I mean, is that a good or a bad thing?
I don't know. I have to attract it. It's on me. It really is on me. I blame myself because there is no one else to blame because I'm just me and I push the limits of that on a regular basis, if that's the best way to put it. So what you see here is my MAGA hat, and Dawn has an exact MAGA hat. And we wore these on Sunday. We decided to go. I've been to 2 Diamondback baseball games this year. Okay. One earlier in the season when they still had the roof open. It was very, very nice.
I love it when the
very
roof's open.
good.
It's so nice.
And went with some friends and sat in the Bourbon and Bones area, which was fantastic. It was really cool. We had a great time. And then Dawn and I went. It doesn't feel like that long ago, but they still sucked when we went. And all of a sudden, I'm like, because I've been getting us all these tickets for all these games.
Like different events and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I'm booking us a lot of shit to do.
A
lot. We're going to be traveling a lot coming up. Football, because we're both huge football fans.
Because you're going out to Nashville as well.
We're going to Nashville. We're going to Indianapolis to drive to the Purdue game against Notre Dame.
Okay.
We're going to the Steelers-Raiders game in Vegas. And we're going to Tucson to see the Buffaloes, because I'm a huge Deion fan, to see the Buffaloes take on Arizona, the University of Arizona.
Okay. Nice.
Last year we saw them take on ASU, Arizona State. This year,
good old ASU.
This year it's Arizona. And Arizona had a good team last year and will probably be ranked in the top 20-25.
You think so?
Preseason. Yeah. They were a solid team last year. Now their coach left. I think he's the coach that went to Washington to replace DeBoer, who went to Alabama. But they have a lot of good returning players. That is really important to get those guys, in their 4th or 5th year to actually come back. It makes a difference. So anyways, she likes baseball as well. And I just on a whim decided to look, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to the Diamondbacks that they turned things around? I guess there was some injuries earlier in the year that hurt them, and now they're getting those guys back. And well, they were 3.5 games back on Sunday. And then they ended up winning the game we went to Sunday and played really, really well. We didn't recognize the team because, remember, I've seen them against the Dodgers, and we're thinking we're probably going to go see them play the Dodgers again at the end of this month. Yeah. The Dodgers come back, so we're probably going to go to that as well. So, and, you know, we've been to the WNBA game. We're going to the did I tell you this? We're going to the WNBA game this coming Sunday.
Who are they playing?
They're playing the Chicago Sky, which is Reese's team. The other rookie, you know, like there's been the thing. Yeah. Good, well, what did I say? I said, put on a good show. You know, here's your chance. I'm coming to see Caitlin Clark. That's why I'm coming to a WNBA game. I'm coming to see Caitlin Clark. It was a great game. I paid $1,000 for good seats.
Yeah, for basketball, that's not too shabby, yeah.
But that's way more. Like, I think my tickets for the upcoming game against the Sky, and these both are good teams, you know, decent teams. Yeah. And I think, how much are the tickets? Half? Yeah. It's not even half, dude. It's like a quarter.
Or more than half, I should say.
It's like less than a quarter. Yeah, it's not much, dude.
It's crazy how one player can affect the sales a lot.
Huge difference. Huge difference.
Reminds me of like when Messi first came over to Miami.
Of course.
And
I want to see that too. I still want to see that too. I still want to see him. But the point is, I said, put on a good show, because what's going to happen is the Fever are going to get on the plane and leave, right? The chartered flight, because they are using chartered flights now, you know.
Nice and luxurious.
Yeah. So they get that, and they're going to leave. What are you going to do to make me come back and watch you? You know, instead of bitching about this girl from that, you know, came from Iowa, instead of bitching about her, how about you show me what you can do and why I should watch you? And, you know, the Phoenix Mercury they do have some really good players. Yeah. And I did like a few of the players. They put on a good game. The Sky is a good game to see. Come on back. I almost went to had been thinking about when it was here, going to the WNBA All-Star game too.
The All-Star game would have been a fun one to go to.
That was actually a good game. Yeah. They actually played basketball, unlike the men, you know, where
just goofing around, just doing a bunch of like
they're just shooting, chucking it up, right? It just seemed like the women actually played.
They cared more about the actual game.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're doing that, but like I'm saying, we have all these games and stuff we're going to. So, but what the fuck happened to the Diamondbacks? Let's go to the Diamondbacks. Like, hey, Saturday, you want to go to the Diamondbacks game tomorrow? Yeah. So we got good seats to go to the Diamondbacks game, and so we're both wearing these hats, and I'm wearing this shirt.
Very comfy, by the way. You can see me wearing one over here.
Yes, you are wearing one of the Outlaw Fitness shirts, but this is my Outlaw Fitness shirt. No, none of my Outlaw Fitness supporters or clients have this shirt. This is a Troy shirt because it says at the top, I don't go to a guy, I'm the fucking guy.
People should know that saying by now.
Right. I'm the fucking guy. But you see, there's no you. There's the asterisk there. And really, if there's thousands of people or hundreds coming in, and just if you're in a big group and you're walking around a state, how many people, unless you're stopping in line, how many people are going to really see it? Are you reading other people's shirts like this? I mean, I don't know.
I tend to, just because I have ADHD, so I get distracted really easily. But I can guarantee you that most people do not pay attention to lettering.
Well, we went through the security, you know, nothing went off. We're waiting to have them scan our tickets.
Yeah.
Lady came up, says, hey, can you walk back here? I thought, I didn't hear anything go off.
Security?
What's up? She really wasn't security, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
But the security was dressed. They had two groups of people, and they were dressed similar, I guess, in gray shirts, except that one had security on it and one did. I thought she was security at first.
Gotcha.
You know, or some kind of security. And she says, you know, can you come back? I went back. She starts talking to me and telling me I can't wear my shirt into Chase Field.
What?
It violates policy. My shirt that I just showed everyone violates policy.
And what policy is that?
No profanity on your shirts, or like
Seriously?
they actually, that's actually, they have a list of rules and what you can and can't do. And that's something you can't do. Now I'm pretty sure I've worn, you know, to other games and stuff that I've worn this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nope, she said no. And then she was going to take me, I could turn it inside out. And so she was going to take me inside to change it inside out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that a rule? I got to go inside to turn my shirt inside out? I said, I can't just do it right here. And she got a little flustered. She goes, well, I guess you can't. So I just stood right there and turned my shirt. I took my shirt. Dude, I'm a ripped old man. I look good. I'll take my shirt off. You want me to take off my shirt?
Hell yeah.
You want to make a spectacle? Let's make a spectacle. Why is this guy taking off his shirt? I'll take off my shirt. So I did. And meanwhile, the other guys that are security are around too.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I like your hat. Hey, you guys have great hats. Hey, I like your shirt. Then why is she making me turn it inside out?
You can still read the letters inside out, can't you?
I don't know. It was stupid, but it'd be reversed. I don't know. It was just stupid. So I just wanted to get into the game at that point.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a big gap. Like, we didn't get there that early.
Yeah.
But of course, I wasn't done yet when I got in.
Of course not.
Because that's not me. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody else would have done what? Just left the shirt inside out. They'd have went to their seat.
Yeah.
And you motherfucking people are the sheep of the fucking country. I am not a sheep. So I did not do that. I went to guest relations because I want to know, what's the fucking policy? Show me this policy. So where's it written that I'm supposed to read and what the rules are? So it's a little room, guest relations, and it's packed with people.
Okay.
And we slide in and somebody's available. There's 3-4 people back there. And this girl says, come on up. And I come up. And so I start telling her the story. Like, you know, they told me I couldn't wear my shirt. What are the rules? Like, what does it say? Can it not say, you know, and imply what? And so guess what I did again? Because she goes, well, what does it say? Well, I took off my shirt again and turned it back out the right way so I could show her what it says. I'm not paying attention to people. Dawn is laughing, you know, because she's not surprised we're there.
Yeah.
Because she knows I'm not going to stop. And she's looking at the people, looking at me. Like,
all shocked.
Taking his shirt off. There's little kids and like this dude's stripping in the guest relations. And then she goes, well, were they security? And I'm like, I don't know. But the woman took a picture of my ticket, you know, that was on my phone, took a picture of it.
And all that,
yeah. So like, you know, implying they're going to check up on me. Make sure you didn't turn it back out, Mr. Neff. You know, we're going to be watching you.
We're going to have eyes on you.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Really? You're going to come to my seat and check on me? Really?
You'd be like,
So then the woman's telling us, yeah, it really is a rule, but she didn't say I had to keep my shirt inside out. She basically said that she didn't think it was a security person, that there was another group of people down there, and that if it wasn't an actual security person, I didn't have to do it. But if a security person came up to me when I was inside and told me to do it, then I would have to do it.
gotcha.
So I'm like, fuck it. Okay. I just put my shirt back on normal and went and sat down. And I got a lot of compliments on my shirt. More compliments on the MAGA hat. Now, all right, it's here. Now is the time. And so they're not going to last long. There's not that many. There's a few hundred. And I have it in sizes from medium to 3X in men and from small to, I think, 2X in women. So only felon shirts, MAGA 2024. They're awesome. They're on the way. Already got shipped out. We're going to have them. They're going to be $30, $5 for shipping, and just go to the email. Email us. We'll tell you exactly what you need to do to get it, and you can be a part of the Outlaw Fitness family. Conspiracy time. Conspiracy
I'm
time.
ready for conspiracy.
Okay.
I like this.
Both Dawn and I believe that this woman was triggered by our MAGA hats.
Gotcha.
And she couldn't do anything about the MAGA hats.
So she had to do something about the shirt.
But she could do something about the shirt. So I'm going to show this Trump supporter and make him turn his shirt inside out.
I can see that.
That could be totally bullshit. Totally made up in my head.
Yeah.
But I'm going with it.
Oh.
I'm going with the conspiracy theory here that
Sounds about
they're
right.
just trying to fuck with the MAGA supporters. And the thing is, I fuck back.
That's crazy.
I do, dude. You should see my Facebook today.
You
No,
got
seriously.
A lot of uproar.
Yeah. Well, this woman just blocked herself just a little bit ago.
Okay.
So there was a post somebody else posted to kind of get people worked up a little bit. You know, I don't think the person, they reposted somebody else's stuff.
Gotcha.
And so I'm pretty sure it's not what this person believes.
Yeah.
But it was about student loans and predatory lending and why shouldn't it be paid off?
Yeah.
And, people feel pretty strongly about that on both sides.
Yeah.
But I think people feel more strongly about the fact that, you got the loan. Oh, I know what it was. That this man and this woman each had loans and had been paying $500 a month, $70,000 in loans, $500 a month, and after 25 years still owed $60,000.
How does that math work?
I don't know, dude. I'm not even sure the math works, but I don't think they cared. They were just trying to make a point.
Yeah.
But it's really no different than if you have a credit card and you're paying the minimum payment. How the fuck long?
Until you actually
Yeah, you're paying $45 on $5,000 you spent. How long is it? It's going to take you 7 or 8 years. It's going to take you a long fucking time. So you have a college. They graduated grad school. It said that in there from grad school.
Okay.
So basically, my response was, so you went to college. This person went to college and grad school. And they don't know fuck about how loans work.
That's kind of crazy, huh? Now you think
Right?
about it.
You don't know shit.
What'd you go to school for?
Right. That's what I want to know. But grad school. So you're getting extra. You're getting
Additional.
a higher
Yeah.
piece of paper. And you don't know how that shit works.
That's crazy. Now that you point that out.
And
that
then
is
you
actually
weren't
crazy.
making enough from that extra certificate you got to be able to pay your
Pay
own
off the
loan
loan,
and pay it off faster and get,
Yeah.
Look, I've lost everything before. I've mentioned losing everything. I know what it's like to struggle. I've been poor. Okay? Like really poor. Struggle poor.
Yeah.
But I didn't, you know what's really predatory? Payday loans are truly, if you want to call something predatory, those are predatory. They're high interest loans. I think they've made them not as bad as what they originally were, but they still suck.
Yeah, they still kind of
Okay,
suck.
they still
They
suck.
still suck.
They're not good. And even in my worst times, I never went and got one.
Yeah.
You never get out of those things, and you know that. But if I would have gotten into it, who's responsible for that? Me. I'm responsible, not somebody else. Well, I'm a victim of these predatory lenders. It's their fault. And that's, basically how people feel about that. But so that was a whole post this person had, and this one woman commented, this Carrie commented, and all I did was where you hit the like button, you can hit the haha button. You can laugh at it.
Yeah.
I laughed because of her stupid comment, basically about kind of like being a victim and predatory lenders or whatever. Like, I just laughed. And so she came back hot and heavy, like right away. What are you laughing? And then got into the Trump and the maggots and that stuff. And of course, I was the one triggered, right? Like, this woman is insane. Like, do you not have a job? Because social media actually is my job. And I use this stuff. People don't realize this, that I use my social media in a way so that when I make comments and create posts that have nothing to do with the business, it's still about the business. Because it's about the business how? Because it's about the business of attention. And I want to get people's attention. And all I care about, I don't care about who doesn't like me. All I care about is who does. Yeah. And people are attracted to and do business with people who that they like and they trust. And I put stuff out there that the people who like me are going to come to me, and the people that don't are going to be, fuck him. I hate him. He's an idiot. And, you know, man, he says things that I want to say. And like, that's what I want. Those are the people I want. So social media, like, I'm not just playing around on my phone. Like,
there's purpose behind
like
them
you
all
are. I'm doing this for a purpose.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you hate women and how you talk to women and treat women. Because what? Because I'm treating you exactly how I would a dumbass liberal man? You ought to be happy that I'm treating you that way. This is equality. This is how this works, man. Right? It does with, and I even warn people.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I mention I'm Gen X, but not always. But I do warn people a lot. Like, I am really, really good at this. And all I need is a little bit of ammunition.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And if you have your pay, like my stuff is totally public. Yeah. And if you want to attack me with anything I have public, go ahead. I put it out there. You can use it. And if you put something up, I'm going to use it too. Because you put it out there to show everybody. Well, I'm going to do the same thing. Now, a lot of these people that are especially assholes, they keep their accounts private. And maybe they'll have a few profile pics that you can see, but not much else. And some are like totally clamped down private. And those are accounts that trolls and stuff use too. This wasn't a troll account. This, even though she looked like a troll. Yeah. Yeah, when you start like attacking me personally, that's what I say, like, you're attacking me personally now. And it's not going to be good because I'm going to come back. And I did. So what I did is I created a whole post about her and tagged her. So I took a snapshot of her
I actually did see
page,
this. Yeah, I saw this.
Right? And talked about what she had said. And I'm like, guess what? My people are going to comment because they're talking about this shit now. And she got involved back and forth with a few people, making herself look totally dumb as fuck.
That's the best part.
And like, I didn't have to do any of the more work. They'll do the whole work for me. It was great.
I love that. I love that.
Some people hate that I do that. They really do.
They're walking into it. If they're on your page and they're doing all that, they should know.
Yeah, I didn't do it on her page.
Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't. If you come on my personal page, like when people come on my TikTok, and do stupid stuff, don't be mad if your TikTok is public and you actually have content, which is not often.
No.
I'm coming on yours. Okay. I'm not doing it first, but I will do it second.
Some peer review, you know?
And then if you look at her page, she has a profile. I thought she was between 30 and 40 years old.
Okay.
Probably closer
somewhere
in the, 30, 35, right? The one picture. I didn't scroll down far enough.
Oh my God.
Dude, she's double that age. She's old. Like, she's like in the skin there. That's like, and then like she had this other picture where like her hair was like, she looked like, she really, scary, the picture like I posted the pictures.
Yeah, no, I remember.
You have to scroll down and see the picture. Like where one picture she's got a friend in the background, but she's like, like she looks horrible, dude. Horrible. Her hair like crazy. I should have put that one first, not the other one. And then I put the last picture I put, well, this is the one that apparently somebody told her how to use a filter.
Oh, gotcha.
Because you can see the difference. Like, this person and this person, okay, I can see the shape of the nose and the crappy tooth that you have. Okay, but if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't think it was the same person. Really? I would have thought that the really bad picture was the mom and the daughter or something, right? Like, so it was after that I think she decided to get out because like
I need to go.
I need to go. They're having too much fun with this. It's like,
hey, she learned her lesson.
Yeah, I had that happen to me. yesterday with another dude that like I think we had gotten into it a long time ago. And started making comments about my son and my soon-to-be ex-wife Shelly, and like it means like, well, first of all, I don't have a son. I had stepsons with her, but I don't have a son. I have a daughter. Like, you're just making shit like totally up, and that's not good because that's not funny. Nobody's gonna find it funny. You gotta use like truth in there
real material.
To be funny, and that's why I will go to your, do
a little bit of research.
Do that. Yeah, I'll go. Like, you can call me weird or make it. That was the other thing that woman kept saying. She kept using that. That's the new term that liberals are using now.
Weird.
Yeah, weird. JD Vance, it's weird. And the maggots, they're weird too. Oh my God. Do they not know what we've been called? Like, that's the nicest thing you fucking people have said to us is that we're weird. We appreciate you joining us in the program, but we do have this request. Can you share if you get any value from the show, if you enjoy the stupid rambling that I do, those kinds of things? Share it, like it, subscribe, send it to a friend. Those are the kinds of things that really, really help us grow this, and we are going to continue to grow this. Appreciate, love you. I'm the fucking guy. We were called deplorable by a former Secretary of State.
Deplorable is crazy.
Right? Get the fuck out of here. Weird is nothing. Oh, man. I wear that. We wore deplorable as a badge of honor. It's a badge of honor. I love that shit. Yeah. Call me any of that shit. The only stuff that I really, that really angers me, and I think it does most people, is the racist being thrown out. Yeah. I hate that with a passion because I despise racists and racism so badly.
So being called a racist is a really
disrespectful. I guess if you want to say that triggers me, okay,
100%.
Then it does. Then we all have various triggers, and if you
100%.
don't, you're a robot or something. I don't know.
But I can understand that, especially because you hold a racist to a certain standard. So if they're holding you to that same standard, that's completely disrespectful. and I get that. I totally get that.
Yeah, well, it is just, we've talked about how I've grown up and who's in my circle. And I think there are racists that there obviously have to be some racists in the Republican Party. I think most of the racists reside in the Democratic Party, and that's just my opinion and observation. So it's there, but a majority, and certainly people who are friends of mine and people that I know, literally don't care. Like, care zero. I think it's built up more in the media and presented as that people care than any of us really do. Because I don't see that in day-to-day life, out and about. I don't see somebody treat somebody in a racist way or use racist language. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Yeah. I'm just saying I don't see it. And it's not as prominent in any way, shape, or form like what it was years and years ago. Yeah. I think just the perception is now as bad as what it was years and years ago, but the actual problem is not. Yeah. And you're never going to eliminate it. Never. There are always people that aren't going to like what other people for whatever reason. Now, I choose to not like people for a very specific reason. Yeah. Because of that individual, what they may believe, what they may say, what the actions they may take. Yeah. But it will never, ever be because of the color of their skin. Yeah. Or who they're married to, or it's never going to be that. If I dislike somebody, like I dislike that Tim Walz, I haven't heard anything really that I like about that particular guy, because I'm not for sanctuary cities. So why would I be for sanctuary states? And he wants to make Minnesota a sanctuary state. He also wanted to make Minnesota a place where if kids live in a state where they can't do gender affirming medical procedures and drugs, that they could come to Minneapolis or Minnesota and do it, right? Okay, well, I'm not for that. I'm not for the mutilization and for suppressing someone's hormones when they're a teen. If someone wants to do that as an adult, I have no problem with it. None at all. Do whatever the fuck you want. Now, you should pay for it.
Yes, you should.
It should be on you.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with it. I do have a problem with, the kids, because before we all go through some kind of identity crisis, or who are we when we're young and growing up, right? Like, everyone. The most popular kid in school, you don't realize it, but the most popular kid in school, has some issues or some insecurity about somebody not liking them.
Yep.
And, well, why doesn't that person like them? I've been nothing but nice to that person. Why don't they like me? I've been nice to them, and they don't understand.
They don't understand it.
Yeah, and you go through things, and I'll even say it. Okay, I'm going to disclose something. Okay. I'm going to disclose something that I've never talked about before.
Okay.
I don't know how old I was.
Okay.
But there was a kid in my class. His name was Rick Skilleter.
What a name.
And
that's a name.
Yep. He was an okay kid. He like, from very young on, he always wanted to be a cop.
Okay.
Like, always wanted to be a cop. Like, that just was his thing. But Rick, and I think he did. But anyways, Rick had a Halloween party.
Okay.
And I don't remember how old I was. Mm-hmm. Grade school, and it had to be, I don't think it was 5th grade, okay? But I'm going to go with 5th grade.
Just because it...
5th grade in younger.
Okay.
Not 6th grade and older, but 5th grade and younger. And it was at his house, and his parents and all bunch of kids coming to his house stuff. I do remember, because my dad even did it with some of his friends, and they went bar hopping. It was a thing in the 70s. I dressed up as a woman or a girl and went to a Halloween party. That was my costume.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never wanted to be a girl. Yeah. Like, but what if, think about it now, if some kid does that today, you have people out there that want to make that kid question himself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't remember if I had G.I. Joes and things like that. I don't remember ever playing dolls with my younger sister, but I could have, and just not remember it. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I did it all the time. I grew up with a lot of women around my family.
And I would make her play, baseball with me. Yeah. Because I needed somebody to play against.
Doesn't mean she has to be a man.
I would kill her, dude. In wiffle ball, we would play wiffle ball, and we had ghost men. Did you have ghost men when you played wiffle ball? Like, because you got to first, because you only had so many players. So if you get to first, you got to bat again.
Yeah.
So there's a ghost man on first, and then you just come back and you move them, and that's how we play. But just
never heard that term.
And then I'd be killing my sister like 10-1, and she'd want to quit and go inside. I'd be like, Mom, she's quitting.
Tired of this.
She can't quit. She agreed to play. It was brutal.
Oh man,
it was brutal. But see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, that doesn't make
but it doesn't make you
the opposite
that.
sex.
But that's not the way it is today.
No.
If a kid does any of those kinds of things, you have people that want to steer that kid in that direction.
Almost force them into that direction, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah. It's nuts, man. And you can talk about the suicide rate, right? With kids who do this or have these gender identity issues. But it's really like it's a deeper story of how that suicide rate works inside of that. And that these are kids having, issues.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that during COVID that there were, I knew somebody, I'm not gonna disclose it on the show, but there was somebody who was very close, that I was very close to, a young man who had some issues.
Yeah.
During COVID, and we mentioned suicide. Suicide was mentioned.
Yeah.
And we tried to get him help, and tried to get him help in a facility where you stay in the facility, right?
Yeah.
It was like a 90 to 100 day waiting period. How do you tell someone that is actually talking about suicide, can you hold that thought for 90 days? That's how fucked up shit got during COVID and how we treated kids.
Yeah. That was a horrible time, especially because
horrible.
I personally could not imagine, because I grew up always outside, right? Always outside, the ability to go wherever you wanted and whenever you wanted and do whatever, this and that. I could not imagine being those from 10 to 20 and then having to be stuck at home when you're a young kid. And now and that's I think that's what played a really big part to especially because social media blew up a lot in those few years. And I think that's why this cultural change has really been huge these past few years, especially with the whole transgender and opposite sex and all this and that. I cannot imagine what that would have done to someone at my age, my thought process and stuff like that.
And again, my thing is I just want to protect kids. I want to protect women. I don't have a problem with someone that, if that's what they want to do, but I don't have to buy into it. I'll still treat you respectfully.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't have to call you him, her, or he. I'll call you whatever you tell me your name is.
Yeah.
So if your name is Bob, I'll call you Bob. And if you tell me your name is fucking Sue, I'll call you fucking Sue.
Yeah.
It's not complicated.
It really isn't.
But a man, woman, I don't want you in the restroom with my wife or my daughter.
Hell no.
There is a line that I draw. So you do what you want. Come back over here. Unless you don't have your dick.
Yeah.
Okay, if you actually got your, because we watched a few episodes of a series called Botched from about 10 years ago.
I don't think I've ever heard it.
It's these plastic surgeons that fix other plastic surgeons' fuck-ups.
Yeah.
Okay? And there was a transgender porn star that these two doctors were working on, and this dude got a fake vagina. And then she actually got a whatever plasty, vaginoplasty or whatever, got more work on the lips down there. I'm not kidding. Well, because she said it got...
No, yeah.
He said it got beat up because they were in porn.
Oh,
and all she wanted was a good man in a white picket fence. You should see that episode. It's a hilarious episode, dude. It's just hilarious. But look, she's committed.
Yeah.
Cut off the dick.
Yeah.
Go in the women's room. I'm fine. Okay. You ain't that committed. You just cross-dressing and pretending. Get your fucking ass over here. Go piss over there.
100%.
Now, if you want to go in the stall and sit, I don't care. Ain't my business.
That's why there's stalls.
I don't care.
That is why there's stalls.
I don't care. But I do care about protecting kids. And I'm always going to protect the woman that I'm with.
I agree.
It just, I don't know why it has to be that
So complicated.
So complicated.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not accepting you or telling you can't be that way. I'm not giving you a job. I can't imagine what I would hire you for. But somebody will. But those are choices we make.
Yeah.
It's no difference. It may seem stupid, but there are people that said that, that those of us that have tattoos like this wouldn't get hired for certain things.
Yep.
I wore earrings pretty much. I've worn earrings since I was like freshman in high school, I think. And I was the first white kid to wear earrings. I think there were a couple Mexicans, but I was the first white kid that wore earrings. And we only wore one back then.
Oh, yeah.
And we get called gay for that. 100%. Nobody knew which. I still don't know which ear was the right or wrong ear.
I kid you not. That's the exact same question. I was about to ask you. Do you remember what
I don't
ear
know.
was? 'Cause I don't remember.
I don't. They didn't know then. If you had it in your right ear, you were gay. If it was in your right ear, you were gay. If it was in your left ear, you were just gay because you were doing it.
Yeah, that's
my
hilarious.
dad hated it, and then he said, "Okay, but no dangly ones."
Yeah.
So what do you think was next?
The dangly.
I had a little circle there, a little cross hanging. Yeah. And then after that, and this is when breakdancing was taken off, and I was breakdancing, and I could break dance way better than what they were doing in Paris.
Good old Australia. I've seen so many. I need to send you one of those
shit,
memes.
dude.
It's hilarious.
And then I had this long purple feather, and then the clips on the ear, because that's what the breakdancers wore.
Yeah.
It
was a style. Yeah.
It was a style. And I always, kept it for as long as I can remember. And then the professional football players especially the guys started getting both ears pierced.
Yeah.
Now, even today, some of the old school guys still have one.
Just the one. Yeah.
Just the one. I converted. I'm getting the other one. And then I did diamonds for a long, long time, and I had some really nice diamonds, bigger than this, 1 carat in each ear, and I lost one in a fight.
That's the worst.
I hate it, dude. And the dude wouldn't give it back either.
Oh, he had it?
It was in his car.
Oh, I would have been pissed.
Well, I got into it with this guy, and I went at him, and he was, bigger dude.
Yeah.
He was big, and he held me the way he held me against his chest, right?
Oh, so
and we fell back into his Camaro, and so I'm like, the way he's holding me, I'm like hitting him like this because I can't see anything.
Yeah, you just.
But I know his face is right the fuck here. I didn't have to know.
I can feel it on my fist.
And I just was hammer fisting him until he got knocked out. This was outside a bar. And there was a bartender that had told me that he was there. So I went in, and then I was asked to leave. And so I just waited for him outside, I took off my colors. That's when I was in the club, handed them to somebody to take care of for me, and just waited for him to come out. I knew the bar was closing. He'd be coming. Yeah. But while he had my head, one of the earrings ripped out and ended up on the floor of his car. So the only place that it could be.
Never got that back.
I never got that back.
So you rocked just a single earring for a while?
No, fuck no, dude. Then I got the steel rings.
Oh, like the hoops.
The hoops. So I went back to the hoops, kind of like the bald guy, like Mr. Clean kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like Mr. Clean. And so I had and then I went bigger gauge.
Okay.
Like so now, I went back to the diamonds.
Yeah.
But they don't fit.
You had gauges?
They weren't
huge,
thick.
but they were
huge,
pretty.
But I don't know, like 10s maybe.
Oh wow. Okay.
Like they were like the hole's pretty big. It's still there.
That's crazy.
I wasn't sure this was going to work going back to this, or if I'd have to have it sewed up a little bit or what. And so then was that it? Yeah. Oh, so the Kentucky Open.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Kentucky Open, Okay, later, I don't know how many years ago, I got my nipples pierced.
Oh shit! What?
I had my nipples pierced I've only not had my like that since the Kentucky Open in 2022. I took them out. I could unscrew it. And originally when I got it, I got circles there, rings.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it didn't work as well.
Yeah.
And that I should have started with just a straight bar.
Stud.
Yeah, first. And so I went to the straight bar and just left that, but I took it out because I had to for the show. Mm-hmm. I didn't know I had to take my earrings out, okay? And they were in such a way that you couldn't just take them out.
They were actually.
So I have a talk with the guy that's running the whole thing, and they were going to still let me compete, but I couldn't win. No, I wasn't allowed to have it. You weren't allowed to have jewelry like that. It was what their rules were. And I'm like, so I leave talking to the guy, and I find security for the arena.
Okay.
And I get these two guys to help me out.
Yank the motherfuckers out?
No, they couldn't do that either. But they went and found me little metal cutters and stuff. I wish I would have videoed that.
Recorded that. Yeah.
That would have been such a good video. So I cut them out. And so I could compete in that show and, at least have the chance to win.
Yeah.
So I got second in the one class, but that was the best that I did. But I wanted to be able to actually score and do whatever. I had worked that hard. I'm not gonna find them. 100%. So those guys were super nice. They helped me out. But yeah, I wish I'd have done that.
That's kind of funny though. I'm not gonna, it's just already all.
But my whole point of this is talking about the earrings and what was said, talking about the tattoos, and then tattoos on your neck. What they say about tattoos on your face. And, who was the first person we saw with tattoos on their face that you really, really remember? Mike Tyson.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about it.
Right?
I was thinking of my uncles, to be honest with you.
But Mike Tyson.
Yeah, 100%. It's an iconic tattoo.
I mean, he's had it for a
long while. Yeah.
Like he did it in the beginning when very few people had it unless you were coming out of prison or were a gangbanger, right?
Yeah.
Gang affiliated, right? And then, you had those stupid teardrops for a while. Those were in the beginning, but there weren't big
covering.
And now there is.
Oh yeah.
And those people seem to be employed somewhere. My point about it all is there's consequences.
Yeah.
And I was told that there would be consequences, and I was okay with those consequences. So as a financial advisor over my career of 24 years, I started out wearing very nice Italian suits with French cuffs and very expensive shoes. And I looked way better than what my means were at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And then eventually, after I became more successful, I stopped wearing a tie. Then I started just wearing golf clothes because I would literally go golfing and then come in for appointments at night and just come from the golf course, change my shoes,
and then just go. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then I got the motorcycle, and I started riding my bike to work, and I would have clothes at work to change into my golf clothes.
Just write them in there so you don't have to go.
And then eventually I'm like, why do I need to change clothes? And here's the thing. If it would have affected my business, there's maybe there was somebody that decided, I'm not doing business with this guy. What kind of financial advisor rides a motorcycle and wears jeans and cowboy boots to his office?
Yeah.
I did. I literally looked like a Harley Davidson salesman. I even would wear those shirts that they would wear. Their little short sleeve, button shirts. I would wear.
They're nice.
I would wear.
They're nice.
Yes.
And comfy.
And the tattoos, I went from a couple tattoos to getting
I never asked
sleeves
you,
done.
When did you get your first tattoo?
My first.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, my first tattoo would have been prior to 2008.
Okay.
Because in 2008, I got a tattoo on my left leg. That's my first tattoo was a tattoo of my daughter's name.
Okay.
And then under that is the 2008 tattoo when I went to Sturgis.
Okay.
So the big bike rally, I had to get a little tattoo, like something for that. So that was that. So it probably was 2 or 3 years prior to that. I got the thing.
Okay.
I was on a golfing trip with my brother-in-laws to Florida. And this is when I was drinking, I think then. I don't know if I was drinking with them or they knew I was drinking, but I was actively drinking then.
At that point in time.
At that point in time. And I don't know what they were doing. It was evening. I left,
So
I think, yeah.
Did you end up getting all your tattoos all at once, or did you
No.
slowly get more and more?
So I just did that.
Yeah,
That's
that
all
time,
I
yeah.
had
But
for
all
a
these-
while. And then, this was the big one that I got with the motorcycle here.
Okay.
This was actually a Budweiser poster.
Okay, go. Got you.
But it was a chopper.
Uh-huh.
And the super hot woman straddling this chopper.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So I had the tattoo artist draw my bike, use my Fat Boy, but put it in the same position as that one that's on the poster. And then I had everything done but the head. The head wasn't done. It was only
That's such a weird thing.
I
to
don't
do
know,
last.
dude. It was weird.
Some was it the
It was
headless
weird.
horseman?
And then it was, all that other stuff happened that I talked about in that other episode, and
yeah.
getting sewn up after getting stabbed and stuff. And
So
did
you have all those tattoos?
You know what? I had this stupid band on this one. Like it was people. It's back when people were doing the barbed wire bands.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to do that. So I did a band of flames.
Okay. Yeah.
And I went to the best tattoo shop in town. And I got what was one of my worst tattoos. Because he put one of the flames, he didn't do the original thing long enough. So he had to take another
stretch them
piece
out
and
a
do it
little
in there. And when he did that other piece, he put one of the flame tails going the wrong way. So that's been covered up. And it's decent cover up.
Yeah.
Not so much. But then this stuff I just started getting where I kept going in. I don't know. How did we get on this stupid stuff?
So we started
All
with
right.
trans, I think, and we ended up on tattoos.
So my back.
Okay.
I got some stuff on my back. And so I did one of the dumb things that you should never do. I got a woman's name on my back and she got my name on hers. We got similar matching tattoos, right? And it was this cross, and in the bar of the cross, it would have the person's name. And this was coming home at 11:30 at night one night, and she was drunk and I wasn't. I was sober.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And we went and got this. We had two different people. Yeah, she had a smaller version. So anyways, this is a good story. So anyways, after we broke up, it was a rough breakup. And how sometimes in a relationship you're not exactly done for about a month.
Oh yeah. You gotta make sure.
Something like that. But then when it is, I already said I can be mean.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I can be mean when you're mean. So I said to her, when I'm with another chick, there's no position I'm going to be in with her where she's going to see your name on my back. But you, if you're with some other dude, right in the middle of the whole thing, he's going to be something like, who the fuck is Troy? Because he's going to be able to see it between your shoulder blades.
Oh,
shit, on your back,
that's
right?
fucking hilarious.
Dude, and that made her so angry that she couldn't get to the tattoo shop fast enough to get a cover up. And so one of my friends had some quite a bit of tattoo work done.
Yeah.
And he had a tattoo artist that was really good. And she went to him.
Okay.
And I think I even saw her shortly after that too. I don't know. Maybe we weren't totally done exactly yet. But anyways, it was so good of a cover up.
Yeah.
I was pissed. Now I'm pissed. And I said, fuck that. His name was Ryan. I went to Ryan. I'm like, you covered up my girlfriend's tattoo?
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend's tattoo? I want you to cover up mine. And so he did. And so we became pretty close friends for quite a period of time. And up until really, I would see him a few times a year until coming here.
Yeah.
And he's either done or redone most of my work.
Okay.
And yeah, he was good. And I just started going there was one summer that I would go for about 4 hours every week. And he would do like something. He would do this arm and start doing new stuff and do something on this arm. And then while that was healing, like he would do the outline. And while that was healing, he would do this one and start that one and just now color this one in and just kept going back and forth and did it over a majority of it over the
few years or whatever.
Over a summer, probably 70% of it was done
in
over
one
summer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Oh, I guess you were going back every week.
Yeah, every week for like something. That was a lot.
Do you have a favorite tattoo?
I don't know.
No.
I have, do I have any tattoo regrets? It is what it is.
Oh yeah.
You
lived a crazy life. I would imagine you have one or two.
Well, that stupid barbed wire wasn't exactly good. And then back here, if I can.
The feather? Yeah.
Okay. So underneath that feather, you got to remember I was in the motorcycle club, right?
Yeah.
So I saw this skeleton hand and finger, and it was a middle finger of a skeleton hand. So I had that put there, but it didn't look right, dude. Yeah. It just didn't look right.
Yeah.
So I had somebody else cover this up, and they did mostly good. I wish they would have left some space in between the color
and the elbow.
there, and
like where the elbow ends at the bottom.
Well, you can kind of see how it butts up against. Leave a little bit, like I have a little bit of space between the. Does that make sense?
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But I don't know why I have to tell people that. Even Ryan used to piss me off because I love these flames here. These flames are cool.
Yeah.
Here. He was supposed to do something similar there.
On the other shoulder. Oh, I see where you're talking
These
about.
These are smaller.
I see exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
Dude, like, why is it that hard to do?
You could have just grabbed that one and flipped it and put it on that arm. It was too simple.
It just is what it is. Yeah. But mostly mostly has meaning,
Yeah.
My Harley tattoo I really like. The Harley one. And that's what I did like about doing it too.
Yeah.
Is like this one especially, I only gave him that simple,
like the picture or whatever.
The picture of the one.
Yeah.
And he decided to put lightning and spark plugs and all that stuff in there and make it what it was. Yeah. And he would ask me, I just wanted color. And he would go, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, dude, you're the fucking artist.
Yeah.
Be an artist. Because one of the things I learned about having that stupid flame thing done is even if you go to the best tattoo shop and get one of the best tattoo artists, if they're not interested, they're not interested. It's just you're paying them for their time and they're just like, they don't care.
Yeah, so
this is their art. This was his.
The creative freedom to it.
I think they're going to care a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
About what's theirs, like it's really art.
Yeah, because it's like a one-to-one piece almost in a way.
And that's what I say. You can get guys that aren't good artists that can only copy other things, but they're good at coloring shit in.
Yeah.
Okay, really good like that. I've always wanted to work with guys that were real artists. And oftentimes they would do other art on the side, paintings and stuff, but they couldn't make any money doing that. So they make money doing their tattoo art.
Yeah.
Which I totally respect. So that's it. So I'm not done. I have other things I want to dive
your entire body getting covered?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep going.
I can see you with a crazy neck tattoo.
I'm gonna keep going.
I can see that going all the way up the neck.
I don't know. It could be. But I have it goes up on my back.
Yeah,
a
I seen
little
that. Yeah,
bit,
on the back. Yeah.
a little bit back there. So that's. But all of that, totally off topic about me, that nobody gives a shit about.
I care.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But the point was, you pay a price, or potentially could pay a price. And so if you want to do certain things or act a certain way or change in a certain way, that's fine. But you have to understand that there could be consequences. And I've always understood that and accepted those consequences. And that's how I feel about, the transgenders in sports, that maybe you don't get to play the sport. That's the consequence.
Yeah.
Now, maybe when there's enough and you can have a transgender division, all for it.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not trying to stop you or penalize you or fuck with you, because I don't care. But it is not right for men, no matter what they think of themselves, to compete as women.
Yeah.
And especially when the transformation isn't complete. And the transformation is not complete if you still have your dick. Period. It's not.
Because you're still producing testosterone at a certain level.
Even you can suppress it and it's still gonna be at a certain level. And you can, like it said, you never get to go back to natty. I just heard a professional bodybuilder talk about going off of his cycles and then training natty. And it blew my head. And I really like this guy. You're not natty, dude. You're just not using at the moment.
Yeah.
But you're going to have more potential, even not using, because you have used and the muscle memory and expanding your muscles and than somebody who's never used.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you never used again, you have the potential to do things that other people who never used will never get to.
Yeah.
So that's just not the case. I hate that. You don't get to be a virgin again. You don't get to be natty again. And you get certain benefits, through your puberty. And we should not, when kids are at their most vulnerable, be doing this at that point.
Yeah, because all they know is to follow orders. That's all because they're kids. They follow the rules. So if you're enforcing a rule on them, they're going to want to follow it. Yeah. Let kids be kids.
Let them be kids. Let them, if a girl wants a boy haircut and pretend she's a boy and then do some stuff when she's 18, do it. That's fine, but not as a kid. I'm just asking for some legitimate, reasonable boundaries that, and instead of in all these different areas of politics, like, what can we come up with? Like, I would prefer that there never be, another abortion again.
Yeah.
But technically, I think the way some things are labeled, that like a stillbirth is, some types of stillbirth, was somebody telling me, is considered an abortion? The hospitals label it that way, or I don't know. But my point.
Oh, so it's a fatal death at or after 20 to 28 weeks of pregnancy.
Yeah. Like the stillbirth, but to make it come out I'm just saying, I'd prefer there not be.
Yeah.
I am also, as much as I am pro-life, I'm also smart enough to know that the genie's not going back in the bottle, that we're not going to go back to abortions being banned across the entire country.
Yeah, there's no way.
It's never going to happen, okay? Trump isn't going to make that happen. It's not going to come from Congress where they're going to do a national ban.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to
It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
But as much as I would like to see none ever happen, all of these liberals praise Europe. In Europe, the time frame is you got the first 15 weeks. After the first 15 weeks, it's the life,
Yeah.
if you're protecting the life of the mother or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain situations.
And you can't use the worst case scenario to use that to make all abortions at any time legal. Because I always say, well, what? Because the one you always get, what if she was raped? How many pregnancies is that a year? 5? 50? What is that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that either. I think that should be, that's a choice too. Whatever choice that they make, I think it'd be terribly hard either way to make that decision.
Oh yeah.
But there are women that actually do bring them to term and give them to somebody else like it. And I'm all for adoption. I don't know if I revealed on the program that I was adopted. Yeah, I'm adopted. I'm for adoption. People shouldn't have to go to other countries to adopt children. Why isn't and yeah. So I'm all for that. And I'm just for what I'm saying is coming together on these issues and finding a solution.
Yeah.
Because what the solution is not going to be having abortions up to and potentially even after the birth, which is a thing.
That's a crazy thing.
It's a crazy thing, but it is a thing. And it's not going to be that there's never going to be one again.
Yeah.
So where can we
meet in the middle somewhere?
Closer to this side, but you see what I'm saying? Like we just let's
find a way.
Find a way.
Yeah. Because I mean, life is precious. At the end of the day, I mean, life is life.
Look, I know science enough of science to know, because I talked about it with my daughter because I really didn't understand,
the process of it being
the problem with the IVF, the in vitro fertilization, where they're taking the sperm and the egg and then planting it in the woman.
Yeah.
Okay. And so some people are against that whatever ones are left over because they've actually come together, because that, to me, life happens. It's not life.
It's a natural
when
thing.
You're jacking off and squirt into your sock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's stupid. So it's when the two come together, and that only happens once, and it's life at that point.
Yeah.
It's just growing.
Yeah.
That's all. It's just growing. No different than growing from when you grow from 1 to 10. Okay. It's growing inside the womb. Nothing else changes except the growth. So you can't say that life doesn't happen because the only thing that happens is it moves from inside to outside. That's the only thing that changes. It's just growth. So to argue about that point is just stupid, and people do.
Oh yeah.
But why can't we just come together and say, work it? It has to be, there's going to be 10% on this side that aren't going to be happy, and 10% on this side that aren't going to be happy, and fuck them. The other 80%, because I think there are that they're more closer together.
Yeah. That
some people who are pro-life, or I'm saying even pro-abortion, okay, or for choice, there's a lot of those that aren't for, abortions in the third trimester kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're actually closer than not.
Yeah.
It's the media that wants to separate us,
whether
it comes to that or with race or with the gender issues, and it's all a distraction. We need to remove the distraction so we can just get on with the rest of life. I mean, way too much effort and time is being focused and money being spent on these issues that we should just settle and move on to other serious problems that we really do need to tackle. Just be as humans, just for humanity purposes, that we need to do that.
No, I agree.
So, I don't know how the fuck I was all over today.
I enjoy this episode. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I appreciate that. I can count on you.
I don't mind the rambling. I'll be honest with you. I'm here. I'm here.
Totally. You know what? Like sometimes I didn't even write stuff down this time. That I probably do the show more like Trump talks, and I've said that before. And people can criticize him for that and criticize me for this. That it's just a steady stream of consciousness and just talking and thinking of things when you talk and having a conversation as they come. And
instead of forcing a conversation or
and then in the middle of something comes up like, well, I got to say this about it. I like got to go over here.
Oh, the back tattoo story was great. I loved it. Got to cover that up.
It is funny. But it is 100% true.
That's the best
part. But the line, that was the best line in the world. There ain't no way that dude ain't seeing my name.
Oh man, yeah, no, I love that.
I told you, it's and what makes it funny? It's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna see it like really. You know, how's the chick gonna see the one on my back?
No.
There's no position. There is no position. The only time she could possibly see it is when I get up and go to the bathroom after. Because you got to go to the bathroom after.
100%.
That's the only possible time.
Oh, man. I love that. I love that.
So coming up, we are going to be getting some more guests, and I'll be sharing that. Hopefully, maybe I'll have some news. I put some messages out to some people that said they would join me and get with you on that so we can get that scheduled.
Perfect.
And especially since we have so much going on in the next couple of months.
You got a lot going on. Yeah.
A lot going on, and some travel and Indy,
Nashville, Vegas. You got a lot of games out here in Arizona you're going to as well. Is the WNBA games?
Yeah, and like even in November already, one of her friends is coming in. One of Dawn's friends is coming in from Missouri.
Okay,
and I think that's the Jets in the Cardinals game.
Jets and Cardinals. Okay,
the Jets and Cardinals. The Jets could be in it.
Jets they're either going to have a good year or a horrible year. It's usually never in between.
I don't know. The Jets could be. I tell you what. I just watched Tucker and Aaron Rodgers.
Okay,
and what a good interview that was. Like, if you don't like Aaron Rodgers, I really encourage you to watch it because I didn't like him or not like him.
Yeah,
but
you didn't care for him. He was just there,
and I did like him a little bit from the
Green Bay and
from just the fact about the whole COVID shit.
Gotcha.
You know, I did like that. And no matter how you feel about that, watching him on this and the things he says, he's much smarter than you think he is. The dude's not a dumb jock. He's not. He's pretty smart. And that's really good. But we're going to go see the Jets and Cardinals. And then the Lions. That's how I used to come out here.
The Lions. Okay.
I used to come out here with a friend from my old neighborhood, and a group of us would come out, and we came out starting in the early 2000s, like right after 9/11. We came out. That's one of the first times I remember coming out here. I think that was the first time we did come out here. So right after 9/11. I think we were out here in October or something like that. This is when the Cardinals played in Tempe at the Arizona State Stadium. Yeah. And
that's so crazy.
Yeah. And so I mentioned on his Facebook, hey, I got these tickets there. Lions and Cardinals are playing. You and Jill, you and your wife, Lester, you guys should come on out. And Jill responded, we are. They are coming out for that game. I'm like, great. I'll take you out to dinner. That'll be cool. So those are two games we're going to see just of the Cardinals. We might see one more, maybe either when they play maybe the Giants or the Commanders. That's a possibility.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't know if I'll see an Arizona State game. I haven't really looked at their schedule. And the only reason I'm seeing Arizona is because they're playing Colorado.
Yeah.
Getting to see Notre Dame is great. And then, well, we might, depending on who's in it, we might go to a bowl game. I did that last year, went to the Rose Bowl, and I think Notre Dame has a really, really good chance to
make it all the way.
I would put them, and I'll come up with my top 20 preseason list. Everybody's coming up with their preseason list now.
Yeah.
I'll come up with mine, but I would probably have Notre Dame at around number 5 or number 6 right now.
Okay.
Them and Notre Dame and Alabama right there. Now, I know some people, like the list that came out today, I don't know if it was ESPN's list or if it was some other preseason list, had Georgia as number 1, and I would have Georgia as 2.
Okay.
I would definitely have Ohio State, and it hurts me to say this because Ohio State fans were the most brutal fans last year. They were just assholes about Michigan the whole season.
The entire time, yeah.
It was ridiculous. And the two tribes were back and forth at each other. And I know that they do that, but it was just way over the top last year. Chill the fuck out, guys. Like, seriously, it's college football. But they have an easy schedule. They literally have an easy schedule.
They're predicting 12,
Michigan.
12-0.
Michigan does not have an easy schedule. Michigan will be, I don't even know if Michigan, well, we'll know early on about Michigan because Michigan plays Texas early on.
Ooh, Texas, that's a good game.
Right?
They're predicted to come in 9th, or what ESPN says.
Yeah, or that's where they're starting them in the preseason poll.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they may not even finish in the top 10. So if they lose to Texas,
it's going to be a bad thing.
They could lose 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
And you can probably lose at least 3 games and still make the final 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they play like 5 really tough games where Ohio State really only plays like 3. Ohio State, pull up Ohio State's schedule. They play Penn State, Michigan, and then I think there's one. Who do they play that's a good outside of the conference team? Because they play
Oregon on
Oregon.
10,
That's
12.
it. That's it. That's it. That's all they have, dude. They have Oregon, Michigan, and Penn State. Look at the rest of the schedule. It's dog shit, dude.
Yeah, Michigan's not even until like later in the schedule either. They have Akron, then was it?
Yeah.
Marshall, Michigan State. So it's Michigan and then Michigan State? 2 different ones?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they have
Spartans
Michigan
and Wolverines.
State first. I see the Spartan thing.
Yep. So yeah. So Michigan has a brutal schedule. Ohio State, Ohio State's going undefeated. That doesn't mean they're gonna win the national championship.
They still gotta beat the other.
I'm
top
saying
10.
they're gonna finish the season, get the number 1 spot, and I think the top 4 get a bye.
I'm not too familiar with it. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So, but whatever. That's how it works.
No, but we should definitely in the future get you an episode where we predict the college for you, and then I don't know how big you are into NFL, but maybe,
I'm huge.
Maybe we can get like a prediction episode where we go through your predictions of the upcoming seasons. Did you watch any of the preseason games yet?
No, I did not. I've followed it. I know what happened in the games.
Yeah.
I know what happened to Pittsburgh, and I know the Pittsburgh Steelers fans are idiots. Okay, just shit they're saying about Justin Fields and the fact that they fumbled the ball with the center. It's like,
preseason.
relax.
It's
preseason.
Yeah.
Preseason means so nothing other than the coach wants to see somebody in full pads, full action against somebody else with a different color on. That is it. That is absolutely it. What are you executing? You're not doing any of the plays that you're going to, or scripts that you're going to build out against a team and show somebody now. You don't do that in preseason.
No.
It doesn't matter.
You can't give away that much information.
And they're not.
You see,
it has nothing because we've done good in preseason and had shitty seasons.
And then had seasons, yeah.
It means nothing.
It means
and when
absolutely
fans just get all worked up about it, like, just relax.
See, the Steelers and the Niners are having a conversation about Ayuk.
Yeah, that's been going on for a long time.
I hope he does. I'm a Niners fan, so I hope he stays with us.
I don't think they're like. I guess they did offer him a contract.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the same money that he would get from Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh just usually does not do this.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't. At least pay top money for somebody. So I think it gets done. I think the deal gets done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the Niners do definitely have a good lineup to be able to get
They're
rid
still
of
going to
him.
be good,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to watch a good program, Peyton Manning is the producer, I believe, it's called Receivers on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's last season, and it's Devontae Adams, Amon St. Brown, Justin Jefferson.
George Kittle, Debo
Oh,
Samuel.
George Kittle is awesome in
I
this,
love George
dude.
Kittle.
You
Yeah.
will absolutely love this. And Debo, too. They're both in it. It's a really, really good series. If you like football and want to get your football fix,
Yeah.
like before the season, get pumped up a little bit, these guys are fantastic.
Might have to check it out.
Yeah. Kittle is
I love
absolutely
Kittle.
amazing,
I love
dude.
Kittle.
He says some of the greatest stuff in this. You'll love it. And just good people. You know, you find out a little bit more about them personally. It's really, that's honestly an honest and true representation, I think, especially of him. He's kind of like that. Oh, Amon St. Brown had hand, foot, and mouth disease or whatever they call that last year and played with it during a game. Indoors. Like he wore a mask, you know, like you would wear outdoors if it's cold, you know, under your helmet to cover up because he had these sores on his face and blisters. He's out there catching balls when he's got blisters on his hands and stuff, and he played in the game. And I'm like, is this guy not contagious? Because it's usually like a kid's disease. Yeah. Like when they're like,
like
younger, like a kid when they're under a year old. It's similar to, you know, like the measles or the mumps or something like that. Similar
like
to
chicken pox almost.
Chicken pox. Yeah, similar to like chicken pox is what it was that he got, that adults don't get it that much. But he played in a game with it, dude. That is amazing.
But I mean,
it just played.
Imagine like having to like deal with like the
and just the other players, how they played, you know, hurt in a couple of games and still played.
Oh, I was that reminds me because I was watching the episode 22 yesterday. When you were talking about your one of your teammates that he would still fight on the broken leg because he was scared of the coach.
Oh, the wrestling. yeah. He did. Wrestled on a broken leg because he's scared of the coach. But so my Steelers, though, have a brutal schedule at the end. Like the last 6-7 games, it's like if the Steelers are going to have a chance,
they need to win their first.
They need to win early. You know, that first 8, we need to be like 6-2, 7-1. And then the next 8, we need to be 4-4. I mean, because we play like all of the division
Chiefs,
teams.
The Ravens, the Eagles, the Browns.
You listen to that lineup, dude. Those are all playoff teams.
Yeah, you guys start off with.
So we're playing when we're not playing our division team.
That's preseason.
We play the Cowboys. We play the
Falcons,
Eagles.
Broncos.
I'm not worried about the
Chargers.
Broncos and Chargers even. We got to win those, dude. We got to like kill them in those.
Then you guys
but
have
that
Cowboys,
second half,
Raiders, Jets, Giants, Commanders.
Then
the Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Browns again, Eagles, Ravens, Chief, and Bengals.
Yeah. See, we play
that last part,
when you play the other 3 teams in your division all in the second half of your schedule. Are you kidding me?
Rough. That's
But
rough.
last year, even with as good as the Ravens were, Pittsburgh beat them twice.
That's the beautiful thing about sports, right?
Yeah.
Like you never really know until the game starts.
I think we were 5-1 in the division last year because like it's really, really good. Like if we can usually come out 4-2 against your division, you're usually good. And we have a tough division. I mean, even at the end of the season, the Bengals were kind of on the bubble the last couple of games for the playoffs. 3 teams from the AFC North went to the playoffs.
Yeah, you had the Ravens 13-4, Browns at 11-6, and Steelers at 10-7.
Yeah.
And even the Bengals were at 9-8.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No team had a losing record in the AFC. And most of those teams aren't worse this year.
No.
At least with the talent they got.
Yeah,
We'll have to see how it works out with the schedule and everything. But yeah, it's interesting how that goes. But we'll see.
That's interesting.
Yeah. No, I'm all pumped up for it. I can't believe it's here already again.
I love this time of the year. Fantasy drafts. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Do you do fantasy?
I did last year. I don't know if they're going to
do it again.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what I'd really like to get in? I just don't want to be the one to put it together.
Uh-huh.
I want to be in a fantasy league. So if somebody sees this and you have a fantasy league where the cost of entrance is like $500 or $1,000, I want in.
Okay.
I want to do where people,
Care.
at least care to put their stuff in, and
injured
you got to
people.
pay. Like last year, there was this whole thing, and at the end, and it was a whole thing, and why these guys put this thing together anyways last year is because some dumb fuck didn't pay, and then we end up with a dumb fuck that didn't pay.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't pay when you sign up, you can't afford to
why
be
are you
in
signing
it.
up?
Like, really?
Why are you signing up in the first place?
Don't.
That ruins it
don't.
for so many people. No, I agree.
Come on, man.
I
It's
100%
$50.
agree.
It's $100. Get the fuck out of here. It don't.
Go play for free if you're gonna be doing this.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
No, I want it'd be just more fun, you know.
It's actual competition. You know the other people care about what's going on instead of.
And
just
you're
like
not going to
random
get
athletes.
somebody doing usually then like dumb trades or shit like
Yeah.
that too.
Yep,
that there's
yep,
controversy
yep.
about. Like, I don't want
It's like two friends have a little conversation in there.
Yeah, how about you just
Play the game. Let's play the game.
The game is in the draft, and then you go from there. Make your best draft and then go from there.
That's the whole point
I
of
don't
the
know.
fucking thing,
Right? Isn't it?
That's the whole point. Oh man,
That's the most exciting night of the whole time.
Yes,
It's just
yes,
draft night.
Yes, you're just sitting there waiting for your turn. Like, oh fuck, they took my player, and I got to think about something else. Oh man, I'm excited. We got our at least our draft. We're doing in September 1st, so it's on my calendar.
Good. Good for you. One last thing.
Yeah.
One of my clients was in a tournament.
Okay.
Cornhole tournament?
Cornhole, yeah. I love cornhole.
Jason Urian. And they named the team. He showed me pictures. He took pictures of it. The fucking guys.
Hell yeah.
This is what they named the team.
That's amazing.
And they ended up winning.
Yeah?
Yeah, so good for
You
him.
should have sent them all shirts. Just let them wear it.
Speaking of shirts, our red shirts, our Only Felon shirts are on the way. They got sent out on Monday.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So hopefully maybe tomorrow, Thursday, they'll come in.
I'm picking me and my I showed it to my roommate. He wants one as well. So we'll picking up.
And
a few.
then I get my car tomorrow.
I was just about to ask you about that. Finally getting it back tomorrow?
I was hoping to get it back today.
I was about to say you were supposed to get it back earlier this weekend.
Today. Yeah, but the insurance company hadn't made the final payment.
Good old
of
insurance
course, but they're going to
companies.
do it tomorrow. So I can get it. The adjuster said I was first on the list and he was going in like 8:30 to pay it. And so I'll work out and we have some things and then probably go.
Hell yeah. I'm excited to see that thing. I'm excited to see that
It's
thing.
been almost 3 months,
It's
I
been a
think,
while.
dude.
I remember I came because you were still at your other place when I pulled up and you had that bed outside. It looked beautiful. Ooh. So I'm excited to see that.
I'm
thing
excited. Then I can get the
again.
the Range Rover fixed. Stupid stuff. All right, that's it. We went a little bit longer just because we're just talking and being stupid, and that's what we do is just be stupid guys and have fun and share some things with you. I definitely have some stuff to be sharing. Next episode, the progress of my knee, which has been good with the peptides, and talk a little bit more about peptides than we have. Like we spent a nice segment or a nice show talking about the semaglutide. So maybe, we'll do that on the peptides.
Yeah, I'd be excited to
Coming
learn
up.
a little
That'd be
more
good.
about that.
Yeah, because, even helping and showing and getting other people interested in that area, especially people like the physical therapists and stuff that I'm working with It's just we got to help these people to help us. Well, if that's what we have to do. All right. So this was another great episode of the Outlaw Apostle Show. I'm Troy Neff, your host. I'm the fucking guy.
Whoa! Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces.